fact, obviously, but...
Yeah, well, that's different.
Yeah, and that
doesn't have much to do with ballet. You've had a lot of adventures on planes, I hear.
I have, indeed. That's... Yes, because Troy is your publicist.
Yes, and he's also a really good friend of ours.
He's very nice, but I mean, it's like, you know, it's testament to how nice he is that he doesn't run a mile when he sees me, because I was on a plane with him and I was fighting with my boyfriend of the time. So much so that we were having kind of a physical fight, and we were crying and shouting and throwing rings at each other, and it was so bad that at the end of the flight, and we were in, and this is the other thing, I was supposed to be in first class, but in order for him to come, I changed it to 2 business class tickets, and Troy was in first class with Hilary Swank. At one point we had this big fight, and I was sort of boo-hoo-hoo, and I looked up, and through the little slit in the curtain into first class, I saw him, Troy, Hilary, and my ex all going, I was furious.
Totally laughing at your expense. You know, I have a confession to make. My husband and I, Nick, my husband's name is Nick, we really don't fight that much and traditionally haven't had very many big blowouts, but we did have one of our few big ones in the first class compartment of an airplane.
Isn't that interesting?
New York to Los Angeles, yeah. So maybe there's something about like the air that they pump in or the food or something. Because we did have a big one, but ours wasn't demonstrative. Ours was like a silent fight where we weren't really... No road rage, please. Yeah. We weren't, like, not speaking, and then every once in a while just a little whisper that was real mean. And then he proceeded to get extremely drunk, insanely drunk, on scotch. And I couldn't believe that they were still, because he doesn't really drink like that. But he was just doing it because he was mad at me. And I couldn't believe they were still serving him scotches after, like, the 100th one. It was...
And did you not try and stop them?
Well, that was sort of all part of the fight, you know, like it was all this, it was the silent fight of like he was doing it because he knew I wasn't going to say anything to the woman because it was too, you know, public to say don't serve him any more booze.
How long have you been married?
Just since like 3 months.
Was that all?
September 20th.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm a newlywed.
Oh, that's nice.
I know.
And did you have a secret wedding?
We did. We had a very secret... We really pulled it off. We didn't tell anybody about the wedding. We have an assistant who you met, Erin.
Oh, that's
She didn't even know. Nobody knew. The only person who knew was the guy who performed the ceremony.
So who came to it?
We tricked people into coming to town. Nick's family from outside of Chicago and my mom and her boyfriend from Oklahoma City by asking them to come to the Emmys, which were the next day. So they came in thinking they were going to the Emmys, and then we had moved to a house. And so we said, well, maybe the night before you guys can come by and maybe we'll have a little dinner and you can see the new house. And so they got there and we said, welcome to our wedding.
And did your assistant not, she just thought you were having a big dinner party? Mm-hmm. How did you get the marrying person?
He was the only person who knew, and it was a professor of Nick's from college who was Japanese sensei, and so he was the only one who knew about it. And we swore him to secrecy.
On pain of death.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
It was great. And so the only people there were our families, and then like a couple of friends apiece, and their, you know, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends.
And did you then tell everyone at the Emmys the next day? Mm-hmm. You like this?
Yes. Yeah, we did. We told a lot of people. We just, as we ran into friends, we didn't tell any press or anything like that. But as we ran into friends, we said, you know, we got married last night. We were all excited. And then there was one particular person who sort of took it upon herself to spread it all around to the press. But that wasn't our idea. But that's okay.
Here we are at Chinatown. Now let me get your crutch.
Oh.
Mind out of Park too close.
Here we are in beautiful
You're right,
Chinatown.
Granny.
Okay. Come on, sonny boy. I don't really need the crutch as much anymore.
It's just a fashion accessory.
I'm not wearing my boot that I'm supposed to wear, so I have to do at least one or the other. I gotta pull up my pants are falling off.
Do you want me to hike you?
No, I'm good. Well, I kind of do want you to hike me, but not for the same reasons. Ah, much better. I think we might have had, what's it called? Camel toe on that one. My friend Molly Shannon, totally, she'll do camel toe like on national television. Oh, yeah, she did it on Saturday Night Live once.
I love her.
Genius. Uh-oh, I see a hat that I think I want to see on you. Guess which one it is?
This one?
Yes. This is going to be